We're at your service, marketing, and we're here to introduce to you today our campaign, Get Social.
My name is Holly Lasker, and I'm from Seattle, Washington.
My name is Kaylee Harris, and I'm from Gulf Breeze, Florida.
My name is Jaquan King, and I'm from Port Gibson, Mississippi.
My name is Bailey Slay, and I'm from Biloxi, Mississippi.
My name is Amanda Shell, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, so here is our SWOT analysis, and we identified the strengths for Nextage as being that they are very well established, and there's always going to be a need for in-home services. And then we identified our weaknesses as there's a lack of awareness and a lack of advertising. With that being said, we found that an opportunity for Nextage could be implementing our new Get Social campaign. And the threats that we identified for Nextage would be that the services can be easily replicated.
So through our secondary research, we were able to gather insight on things like our target market, our competitors, the effects of social relationships, as well as some effective ways to deliver a big idea in our research. So through our secondary research, we were able to recognize that a majority of caregivers took on this role unexpectedly. Therefore, they wanted more information on how to keep a loved one safe in the comfort of their own home, as well as more information on how to manage their own stress. We were also able to realize or recognize the services that our competitors offer and put together some ideas as to what would set us apart from them. And lastly, some information on effective ways to reach our target audience, which we'll touch on later. So you guys can reference, we don't, sorry.
You'll see it after.
Well, for our primary research, we put together a survey, and so some of the key findings from the survey is that a majority of our seniors that took it had never heard of Nextage, Mississippi. So this was something we wanted to shed light on, as well as we found out that a majority of seniors would utilize a service that wasn't provided already on Nextage's website and services, so that was something that stood out to us. And we also got some insight on a future market. People who hadn't hit the Nextage yet would also appreciate something as similar to this and a service that wasn't already provided.
So our campaign is not only aimed at getting our seniors social, but we also wanted to promote the existing services that were already offered. So as you'll see in our next slide, our big idea is making a social interaction for seniors, but by doing this, we wanted to also use the 3 services that were added. So for instance, when we have social gatherings at the Traceway campus, our seniors will be able to use the transportation service to be able to get to these gatherings and whatnot. So we wanted to just enhance that they can use all 4 services, that they don't only have to use one, they don't have to just be social or just use a handyman service, that they will be able to use all 4.
All right, so our big idea, we want to get these seniors interacting with one another. We want them to have a social platform where they feel that they have a community. So by that, we've created a Facebook community group. Having a place where they can socialize with one another, get in contact with Traceway members, Traceway representatives, to participate in events at the Traceway campus. That was one of the tools that we were going to use through Facebook. We also proposed the idea of having classes at Traceway for the Nextage members that will get there through the transportation services, but having the possibility of possibly a technology workshop to teach these seniors how to use their cell phones, how to browse the internet, how to FaceTime their loved ones so that they feel that they're able to communicate with them and they're not missing out on anything. A lot of our research showed that many of the senior citizens nowadays, they're virtually shut-ins. They don't have friends. A lot of their friends have passed away. They want that social community group, and this is what we want to offer them. While Get Social is aimed at combating that loneliness in seniors, we also are using that for our method of advertisement, so through online ad boosters. All right, so we have a video. Let's see.
Do you have
Sorry, it won't let me skip.
Do you have elderly parents?
With that technology.
Carol,
Sorry guys, it's taking a second.
That's
Mm.
do you have
See if I can slowly get it there. Stop it right there.
It surprises them, as Jim said, the best time in their life.
Now, you've actually partnered with Stanford and you studied the role of potential and needs of seniors, and what did you find out from that study?
It was a great study called Rewiring Aging, and it was really focused on those that are 80 years of age and older.
Wow.
And it was a tie of social media and technology and the impact it has on seniors.
Really?
It was fascinating, and what we really learned was that impact of social media and technology gave seniors a better well-being and healthier lifestyle because they were engaged in more activity with their families, be they across the country or next door. But it really helped them understand how they could be happier and live a more fulfilling lifestyle with that technology.
Carol, tell us the innovative ways that Burchfield is bringing new life and technology to so many seniors.
Well, you know, technology has a tremendous potential to really positively impact the life of seniors, as
Right.
Jim said. One of the other things we learned in the study is that 27% of seniors are what we call virtual shut-ins. They're isolated.
Isolated,
Yeah,
yes.
because we're in a technological world. And one of the things that comes to mind is a story about a guy named Jim.
Okay.
So Jim will
So that's primarily, let's take it back here. All right, so we were really excited to find this study, Rewiring Aging. Uh-oh, just like slide it down. We're really excited to find this study because it really highlighted some key factors. Technology can be so beneficial for seniors' health. So because we were so intrigued by this study, we found one, we researched another one through the University of Arizona. They found that Facebook, it showed 25% improvement in memory. It showed a reduction of depression just from scrolling through the internet, that's 20%. And it showed that seniors who are visiting these social media platforms, they're experiencing a positive stimulus. They're having a positive emotional experience, and they measure that through scientific experimentation like breathing rates and pupil dilation. All right, so we've developed a prototype to show you just what it would look like to have a Get Social aspect on the Nextage website. So you would go to Services, and as you can see under Transportation, we have the Get Social tab. If you click on that, it leads you to this next page. It kind of highlights Nextage, what it is, what it can provide for you. If you click on this top tab, it directly links you to the Nextage community social group that we're trying to implement. So the bottom right here, Alexander, he is introducing to the seniors on Facebook the technology workshop that's going on at the Traceway campus. And he says that it's going to be a great way for these seniors to learn how to browse the internet, just kind of and be introduced to technology that they may not know how to use. And Ash Bryant up here, she went to this technology workshop and she had a ball, and she even learned how to FaceTime. They got to call her grandson, and here she is with her new friends. She also learned how to post a picture of herself. So if you click on this link right here, it takes you back to the website. And just to highlight how that Facebook group will also be available for the caregivers. Here's just another example of that. Alexander, he's a caregiver, and Nextage's companion services that they will implement shortly. His companion for his mother, Holly, she's been a blessing to him, and he's just on here bragging about her. And Ash Bryant, she is a representative of Nextage, and she's introducing to these caregivers that they'll be having a caregiver support group later that evening. and inviting a professional life coach just to speak to them about how they balance their work life and caring for their loved ones. Okay.
Okay, so we have two distinct target audiences, our Mississippi seniors and our caregivers. Our seniors are those who are 62 years or older. They are living at home independently, specifically alone because they may be widowed or possibly their children are just living far away from them. So that makes them the ideal market for our Kids Social campaign. Next we have our caregivers. These are people that are taking care of our seniors. They are going to typically be the children of the seniors, more specifically the women, the daughters of the seniors. They're usually 50 years or older. These women reported that they had no choice in taking on a caregiver role, so they were constantly looking for resources for help. And for instance, through our research, we learned that they spend 13 days out of the month on tasks such as housekeeping, transportation, food preparation, and things of that nature, just to take care of the seniors. So, and they also reported that it's very hard to get affordable care services in their communities as well.
So this is just an example of a deliverable that we would have. This is just advertising all 4 services that we would have. So not only the Get Social, but also the at-home services, the transportation, and the one-stop information. So these are just brochures that could be put in recreational centers that seniors commonly use, doctors' offices, pharmacies, just where our target audience normally is, just so the brand awareness can be increased and they can find out more information, and also where to contact Nextage if they had any further questions.
So through our deliverable research, we found that elderly people respond positively with direct mail pieces just because it's something that they're used to receiving mail, and I feel like that's not the case for a lot of millennials. But with this piece, we pretty much just emphasize the importance of seniors having a social and interactive aspect in their life, and how the seniors are very important in communities, and them having this makes them a better part of the community. We also shed light on this new service, Get Social, and we also give the option for them to sign up right then and there. So they can mail this in just by paying a nominal fee of $25 a month, and yeah.
So this is also just another hypothetical event that we would have. Since our campaign would be running through the summer, we said it would start on June 1st and end through August 24th. This is just a social gathering event that Nextage members and also people that are interested in Nextage become a part of. We're having it at the Traceway campus because since Nextage members have priority to move into a Mississippi Methodist Service Center, we wanted them to be exposed to the community that they could potentially live in later in life. So this is just where they could get more information, interact with other people that are already using the service, and why it would be beneficial for them.
Okay, and this is a 30-second video ad that we plan on broadcasting on talk radio stations, gospel radio stations, and oldies radio stations. And we plan on having it be broadcasted 3 days a week on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for 8 weeks for a total of 24 days. And we plan on having it be broadcasted early to midday as to go to our target audience.
Okay, so another deliverable that we decided to market is this prescription bag here. We've chosen to advertise it through Tupelo Family Pharmacy because the majority of our customers receive prescriptions on a weekly basis. And so, and they typically choose community-based pharmacies because they're able to build a personal relationship with the pharmacist, which alone builds that personal, that social aspect that we're looking for through our Kids Social.
So this is our budget. Obviously, you can see that it's close to 50% of our budget is allocated to Facebook ads, which we are running through Facebook Ad Manager. And this is also because through our research, we found out that 11% of Facebook users are actually seniors. So if you can imagine how many people are on Facebook, that's a large portion of it.
Yeah, and because we are allocating close to 50% of our budget towards online ad boosters, we searched demographics for Facebook users, and this chart here on the right is it illustrates the the reach that we would get daily through Facebook Ad Booster for that target demographic of the 62-year-old plus. We would also get close to 350 post engagements a day through that online ad boosting.
And you'll see in the campaign booklet exactly what the money is going to, and under like Facebook ads and the events, exactly to catering or additional workers, things of that nature. And then this is just our timeline. So these are, again, hypothetical dates. If you were to implement this campaign yourselves, you could do it at a different time of the year. But these are just dates that we would implement our deliverables on. So obviously we hit on Facebook ads, that would be daily because of the reach that it could generate. And then just our other deliverables, and again, our 4th of July event that we would have.
All right, and that's the end of our presentation, and we want to open the floor for any questions that you may have.
I noticed you didn't have any television on there for your media. Why, you know, a good explanation on that one?
We originally did just, when we got down to it, when we ran through, we just had a little bit of questions regarding how exactly we would explain it, and just our other deliverables that we had were just a little bit stronger.
And I think we did want to focus mainly on that social media aspect. So advertising on those social media platforms, Facebook specifically, that's where we wanted to place most of our focus on.
Yes, and there's another thing that's popular, like no matter what socioeconomic group that you're in, everyone has a smartphone these days, like no matter, you know, what age group. So the ads and everything, it just ties into the social aspect.
Kind of briefly touch on your market research again, how you gathered that information.
Pertaining to like our social media or just?
No, the client survey, the surveys for the services. For your market research.
Oh, sorry. So we implemented a survey on Qualtrics.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about that.
It was just like one provided by the school that we can post on like Facebook and get answers to. So majority, Bailey had her grandma shared it on her Facebook, so we got some responses like that. And then we all had our parents share them too, so we got an older age group of people to take it. But we did have some, it was kind of conflicting a little bit because we did have some respondents that weren't senior citizens, so we tried to put emphasis on the senior respondents over those.
How many total respondents would you say you had?
35.
I think the bag idea is an interesting idea. Do you know how you would actually partner with pharmacies to do that? Like, do they actively sell that space, or?
That's why we're focusing on independent pharmacies, because I know that if you were to try to come up with this with like CVS or Walgreens or Walmart, they probably would not do it just because they have their bags that come in weekly. But that's also why we focus on the independent. And this is, again, hypothetical. We obviously didn't contact Tupelo Family Pharmacy, but we just thought it would be a really interesting idea. Even if it wasn't printed on the actual pharmacy bag, if you could slip in a note card or
Our brochure, some
anything,
type of informational handout, those seniors would be at that pharmacy. They could grab it. Even there was just a bulletin board where they could see it and have that there for them.
I think a sticker as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't have to actually order it.
That we actually use that prescription bag deal.
So
I'm trying to remember, it was a chain that offered it. It's a pretty good way to.
Well, it takes a page out of the fast food industry where they use bag stuffers,
yeah.
like a coupon or something.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
Thank you very much.